The goddess sat alone. Around her shone the stars and the moon, lighting up a space filled with nothing. A need arose in her to create light, laughter, joy. She raised her fingers. Her fingers started tracing patterns. Her thoughts united with her fingers, and the trees and the plants dancing in the wind were born. Her lips twitched into a smile. Her thoughts united with her smile, and the twittering, chirping birds were born. From her limbs came the beasts. And as she sat, surrounded by her creations, out poured the people, the thousands and thousands of singing, dancing people. And as she sat engulfed, she danced into motion the seas, the winds. She danced into motion the night, time, the years, the months, the days. She danced into motion the trees, the moon, the stars, the waves. She stood upon the world she born. And she danced, and she danced, and she danced.
Jaya 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 Chandra Jadhadhari. Jaya 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 Chandra Jadhadhari. Bhattava Shankari Palita Shankari. Bhattava Shankari Palita Shankari. Tadimita Kinadari Kinado Raja 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 Rajeshwari Tadimita Kinadari Kinadu Tanmaya Tadavi Tadimita Kinadari Kinadu Tanmaya Tadavi Jaya 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 Chandra Jadhadhari. Tadittakanagadam taritam Tagadittakanagadam taritai Tadittakanagadam tarikitataga Tagadittakanagadam tarikitataga Tadittakanagadagadittaganaga Dittaganagadagadittakanaga Tagajam Taganam Tagarum Tagajam Tagajam Taganam Tagarum 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 Tagatum Tadikitatum 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 Priti Jalavayu Akasha Vinasha Jalavayu Akasha Vinasha Jyotirmaya Param Jyotim Paratparam Jyotirmaya Param Jyotim Paratparam Sampurna Kanasavam Mandavandi Ravi Takitatum Takitatum Sampurna Kanasavam Mandavandi Ravi Tanava Pramana Vipramana Rajeshwari Tanava Pramana Vipramana Rajeshwari Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari.
So, the goddess created the world, and we in turn created more goddesses. One, in fact, for every need. Bhumi, the goddess of nature, the earth, who nurtures us, gives us the ability to live. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, favorite, of course, of everybody at Sitra. This is Dr. Kalam's favorite, Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. Then there is Sita, the one who comes to nurture us by being split open from the earth. Parvati, the one who sustains those who need justice. Ganga, the great Ganges, to wash away our many sins. And of course, Durga, the one I spoke about, who finally, when everything is lost, comes to save the world.
Jagadaiga Mohana Gale Jaya Jaya Rangadi Devade Bhudevi Jaya Jaya Rangadi Devade Sri Devi Sanida Sanida Pamagari Gama Gama Padani Sanida Sanida Pamagari Gama Gama Padani Sani Niri Sanida Nisa Danida Pamagari Sari Gama Padapa Gama Padani Sani Niri Sanida Nisa Danida Pamagari Sari Gama Padapa Gama Padani Sani Gari Sanida Nisa Nisa Nida Padani Sanida Pamagari Gama Sani Gari Sanida Nisa Nisa Nida Padani Sanida Pamagari Gama Dapa Sada Nisa Gari Nisa Dari Sada Padapa Mapada Namaste Nartaki Devi Nitya Rupe Namo Namah Namaste Mahime Shobhe Swarupe Namo Namah Ya Durga Shiva Keshavadi Janani Ya Vai Jagan Mohini Ya Brahmadi Vipini Kanda Jagadanandaiga Sandayini Vande Vandita Loka Janani Jaya Jaya Durge Jagadambike Ya Durga Shiva Keshavadi Janani Ya Vai Jagan Mohini Ya Brahmadi Vipili Kanda Jagadanandaiga Sandayini Vande Vandita Loka Janani Jaya Jaya Durge Jagadambike Sasa Parisasa Gavanite Nigabappa Gavani Parisa Nidari Tariga Niga Sari Nisa Paniga Paniga Sari Gavanisa Sani Pagarisa Rega Panisari Sari Nisa Panisani Pagapatiga Pagani Sari Sari Gapa Gavani Sari Vande Vandita Loka Janani Jaya Jaya Durge Jagadambike Jaya Jaya Durge Jagadambike Durge
So a goddess for each occasion, to be brought forward whenever we need them. Very convenient. But earlier I was talking of patriarchy. And what did patriarchal interpretations do? Forget about us, we are nothing, but even to our goddesses. Now I'm sure all of you who have had any history lessons on India have heard about this shameful practice of sati. Now, sati was a practice banned many, many years ago, but unfortunately still eulogized, where a young bride who became a widow was cremated alive with her husband so that she may have eternal life after death with her husband. And the word sati comes from a story from the Mahabharata about a woman called Sati Savitri. Now, the way the story is given to all of us, including in India, is the following. Savitri is the princess of a very famous kingdom who can't find a husband. And Narada, who is the messenger of the gods, comes and says, go out and look for a man that you find suitable. So she goes off, and in a forest, she finds Satyavan, who is the son of a blind, exiled king. And she falls in love with him and decides that this is the man she wants to marry. And immediately she is told that 1 year from that day, Satyavan will die and she will become a widow. And she says, doesn't matter, I will marry him. And it is said that when the day of Satyavan's death arrives, and the god of death, Yama, comes to get Savitri, Savitri says, I will not live if you take him away. And there is this long conversation, and she says, I will kill myself. As it happens, she won that battle, but therefore, women who throw themselves into the funeral pyre are called satis, after Sati Savitri. But in fact, is this the story? Or is this the way it has been conveniently told to us? Let's see. To mark the passing of the year, I made a mound of 365 grains of rice. Today I threw away the last. Ever since I came into the forest to live with Satyavan, I knew that 1 year from that day, Satyavan must die. But time has so little value. I came here to live with him and his blind, exiled king, his father and his mother, and I have cherished every day. And then today, the last grain. This morning, I persuaded Satyavan to let me come into the forest with him, where he was chopping wood, and I have watched him intently every minute, looking for signs. At noon, he said he felt tired and lay down in my arms. How alive he looks. How vibrant. How will I know when death approaches? How will I recognize? A strange stillness. A shadow I cannot see. When did you arrive? Was I so unprepared? Satyavan's body is still warm in my arms. Are you not supposed to be cold? Yama, wait. Yama, who are you? Yes, I know you are death, but what is death? Are you a part of life? Are you a part of life as I am a part of life? Where do you take your victims? Who gives you the right to take them? Answer me, Yama, answer me. Ah, Yama, you are great and wise. You call me a chaste and a virtuous wife, and you grant me a boon. Anything I want except Satyavan's life. Give my father-in-law his sight, so that he may see the plight of this world. No, Yama, I will not return. This path has no fear for me. Yama, are you destiny? What are you? How do you decide your victims? When you take them, why are you taking my young husband? Answer me, Yama, answer me! Ah, Yama, you are great. Once again, you call me a chaste and a virtuous wife, and you grant me a second boon. Anything I want, except Satyavan's life. Give then my father-in-law back his kingdom, so that he may rule over a united world. No, Yama, I shall not return. The horrors of this path are nothing to me. I will go with you wherever you take Satyavan. Yama, tell me, can you create or can you only destroy? Look at me, Yama. I am a woman. I can create and I can destroy. Am I not then greater than you? And if you cannot create, how then can you destroy, Rama? Tell me, answer me. Ah, Yama, you are great. Once again you call me a chaste and a virtuous wife. And you grant me a third boon. Anything I want, except Satyavan's life. Grant me then 100 children, so that by them I may remember Satyavan. Yama, wait! You have called me a chaste and a virtuous wife, and you have granted me 100 children. If you take my husband away, how then is it that possible? Satyavan's eyelids flutter. They open. I have had a long sleep, he says. It is late, let us go home together. And Satyavan and I go homewards. Generations of Indians have worshipped me. Men worship me because they think I refuse to live if my husband died. Women are told continuously, be like Sati Savitri. They take vows in my name. And over the generation, thousands of women have burnt on their husbands' funeral pyres in my name lies. I am not a Sati because I refuse to live. I am a Sati because I refuse to let my husband die. I am a Sati because I challenge the god of death, Yama. And I am a Sati because I won. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would be happy to take questions.
Thank you.
If we have time, I'd be happy to take questions.
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
I am Devjani. You have very pragmatically and rightfully stated that women of today are just reduced to consumers. We are mere raw materials or products. How could you inspire us, like as wives or mothers and housewives and working women, how could you inspire us to be much more evolved than this?
I don't know inspire, but I can tell you what I always, thank you, what I always say to women who come to me and said, you know, we can't go out there and fight like you, what do we do? I think give up on husbands, first of all. But as mothers, we all play the most astonishing role. Because instead of bringing up our children to be gold medalists, first class firsts, Christian, Hindu, man, woman, if we teach them humaneness, if we teach them to be humane beings, not human beings, then in a few years we will change the world. In your personal capacities, learn to say no. Learn to say no to what is wrong. Learn to say no to what is untrue. Learn to say no to what is exploitative. And catch yourself if you are doing the same. Am I treating so-and-so differently because she or he is of a different religion, different color, different caste, blah, 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 blah. Because we must be the change. We cannot expect others to be the change. It's not an easy path, but whoever said life is easy? Of course it's easier to bribe somebody. Of course it's easier to pick up a phone and yell at somebody who is lower down on the rung than you are. Of course it is. But understand that each of us will become a vortex of change. Please.
We have, you know, William Carey, if you know that name. He was the great reformer in India in the British time, who worked a lot for the abolition of the sati pratha. Just want to add that.
Yes.
What won't change in society you want to bring next 5 years' time? Won't change.
That people can learn to trust. I think the greatest difficulty in India today is our total cynicism and lack of trust. You as the President of India aren't called an idiot. Many of us who fight for these values are called idiots because we are not with the flow. And I think to be able to trust yourself and others will lead to so many doors opening.
I'll make a small comment. Yes, when I first came to Finland, they mentioned that this Finnish language is a very difficult language. And when I started to look at it, I found that it wasn't very different, actually, because they still thought in terms of a subject, like in English and in Hindi. They still thought in terms of nouns and verbs. And the only thing is they don't have a preposition, but they try to derive the same function by attaching an ending to a noun. So that's not so much of a thinking difference. The real thing that I found was different was that they have the same word as a pronoun for man and woman. So if you don't think different, you can always act then the same way.
I agree.
So this language is this crucial, because from ideas will flow actions.
I agree with you. Language is one of the biggest, and therefore I cringed every time our speakers said mankind or manpower. I sat there cringing, saying, Mallika, relax, it's okay, they don't know about it. Relax. Please.
Hi, my name is Varun. I would just like to tell something out here, since we have a very good activist like you, our Honorable Ex-President, and our Honorable Indian High Commission over here. Like, for example, when I came to Europe, I realized, like, here you have such a huge Schengen area, and people from almost 24 countries now can go any place to any place and do everything. So I want such a vision for South Asia. For example, it's much more difficult there, like an Indian going to Pakistan or Pakistan going to India. We have to fill up 2 special visa forms. So as a traveler, I love traveling, so I want this kind of a vision happening in South Asia and Asia.
Think bigger, think world.
Yes.
No immigration officers, nobody being rude and nasty as you arrive in a country.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
So this is my vision, and this is a very good place to channel it out.
Sitra, are you listening?
Thank you.
New architecture. Thank you.
Thank you.